Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures and education outreach. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which is founded by, incorporated by Chad Christian, who we affectionately call Coach. And why do we call him Coach? Because he helps us to navigate everything investing, whether it's in stocks, stock options, crypto, futures, day trading, swing trading, long term investing, dividend investing, uh, covered calls, cash cure puts, you name it. If it can be invested in, Coach educates us on how to do those things. We're glad that you could be here today. My name is Mark McSee. I am one of the 20 moderators here at AmericanDreamTrading.com, and I'm glad you could join us. If this is your first time with us today, feel free to subscribe, click your notification button so that you do not miss out on any of our upcoming live broadcasts. And we are live here at American Dream Trading 3 times daily. Coach is live from 9 to 11. I'm live with the Futures Education Program from 2 to 4 Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. And then we have our aftermarket show starting at 5 p.m. over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Make sure you check that out. It's a totally different show than what Coach has and what I do. You can actually get on and join the panel with a live open mic. And if you want to, you could even turn your camera on and join in the live discussion there. And if you're a little bit bashful, well, there's a Zoom chat box there, or a chat box there that you can type in your questions and comments, just like you would do here on your social media that you're watching us through right now. So if you do have any questions, make sure that you type them into your social media chat box there, and we'll try to do our best to answer all your questions as time allows. We will answer questions here live. We'll also do some maybe live trading and training. As right now, I just had to get out of this trade to go live. So this live is actually costing me money because we were in this trade here on this EWO play. On the indices, I was personally trading the ES, but the others are following suit, such as the NASDAQ. Look how beautiful that trade is also. And the Russell, look at that. They're all just mirror images of each other. And also the Dow. Those are all big, 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 big money makers right now. So I had to get out of that a little early to join you fine folks. So we're glad you could be here. There's no reason to get out of this trade yet, and our members have been trained to know that and how to handle this trade using Coach's indicators that come with paid membership with the VIP, VIP Gold, Crypto, and Futures, and most importantly, our Diamond membership, which is our all-inclusive, every membership all wrapped into one. It is the motherlode of all memberships. It includes lifetimes to be able to trade stocks, stock options, crypto, and futures without ever having to pay again. And Coach is running a special on that right now. If you head on over to our AmericanDreamTrading.com website, scroll down a little bit down there, and you will see. Now, Coach did run another special. It was very limited. I can't tell you right now whether it's still active, but he was giving them away for $5,000. One-time payment, never ever pay again. Now, if you go to the website and and that promo is over with because they sold out, they are still available for 10. All right. So let me answer this one question here right off the bat over on TikTok live feed. It says Ice Champion asked if could have a Zoom session with me one-on-one. Can we make that happen? No, we cannot. Number one-on-ones are very limited here, and that is not my forte. We do have, occasionally Coach will open up a one-on-one. We do have a training moderator. That's one of the things he does. It's his forte, and I do know that he is already booked up, I think, through June, maybe. It's a couple months out. I know that. That's who does our one-on-ones. Quite frankly, I have enough on my plate to even consider something like that. But no, we don't do those type of things. But you are welcome to watch live or join our membership. And you can get up to 12 hours of training live every single day on a live Zoom call where you have access to an open mic and you can ask any questions you want and we can deep dive into those also. And we also have inside our paid members live Zoom call. We also have a chat box in there. If you don't like talking over a microphone, you can type in your questions and comments. But we do train and trade 12 hours a day, starting at 4 a.m. through 4 p.m. Of course, futures, we can trade 23 hours a day. Crypto can trade 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Futures were limited through Sunday night through Friday afternoon. Can't trade on Saturdays. That's why we all hate Saturdays around here. We look forward to the market opening back up on Sunday night. But appreciate the thought anyway. They're ICE champion. Check out one of our memberships if you want to up your game right now. And we have those special lifetimes. Pay once and done. Matter of fact, even the promo that we have now will allow you to split up that one-time payment into 2 payments of equal amount. So other than the lifetime $5,000 one, that's a one-time payment. Once those disappear and it goes back to 10, you can make 2 payments of 5. But our VIP and Gold Complete package, which is the Gold and the VIP wrapped into one, is $8,000 one-time payment, or you can split it up between 2 $4,000 payments, or you can buy each of those separately for $4,000 each. You can get the Futures Lifetime membership for $4,000, and we'll allow you to split that up into 2 equal payments of $2,000 each. And we also have our standard annual memberships that you can purchase, either monthly, semi-annually, quarterly, or monthly, and those would renew each year. So you can see it's a heck of a value to go ahead and buy the lifetime, be once and one and done, and never have to ever pay again. That diamond membership is literally a $50,000 value if you would buy all our a la carte things that we have to offer. Um, it's a heck of a deal for $5,000. So you better head on over there to AmericanDreamTrading.com and see if any of those are left at that price. I didn't check before I came on. That was one of the things I was going to do, and I plain simple forgot. Good. So glad you could be here today. Again, make sure you click that subscribe button, the share buttons also, and your notification button. Over there on YouTube, make sure you smash them thumbs up buttons. That helps our algorithm. I see a lot of people over there, but I don't see very many of you have smashed that thumbs up. So would you please take a second, swing your little mouse over there and smash that thumbs up button. We'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So if you have a question, go ahead and type them in your chat box, just like Ice Champion did. And I answered his question live. So what you see on my screen, again, I'm giving you a sneak peek of another member benefit, is Coach's Indicators. Okay, those come with the paid membership on the Diamond and the VIP futures and crypto memberships. It does not come with our base membership or premium membership, which you can get for $125 a month. So these are not included with that base plan. Now, what I actually am giving you a sneak peek at, as I am beta testing this as a moderator, this is Coach's 3.0 indicators that will be released. They're still tweaking it, final tweaks on it yet. So it may be a hair different time it's over. They are tweaking some of these things. We have, of course, are the standard indicators here with the cloud. And so it's got the 921.55 VWAP, the 200 MA. And then it also shows you, is this a 6-star trade? We rank things. It's just our own little thing we do. 1 to 6-star trade. 6 would be a very strong type of trade. Again, not guaranteed that's going to make you money, but it meets a lot of the criteria that we look for in a solid trade here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. And as you can see, ES, in this case, the S&P, is currently a 6-star trade. And again, you had to get in back here, right, when our indicators showed you that. And then down here is our Elliott Wave Oscillator. This also has a box that you can fully customize. I put my own symbols that I wanted to follow. I got gold, I got ES, I got the Russell, I got oil, I got copper, I got the euro. and it shows its current state also, what kind of a trade that it would be in. And then we have our volume bars. It shows you your total volume. It shows how many of those out of the total volume. Again, TikTok, you may not see this very well. Um, then it shows how many of them are buyers, how many are selling in real time. Shows you what the current ATR is on that. All of this is included with paid membership. Now, this isn't officially released yet. We are beta testing it. It will roll out to our Diamond membership first, and they will get first crack at it after it's officially released, and they'll get to play around with it as being Diamond members, being our highest membership level. They will get first crack at it as a thank you for being a Diamond member. So it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. I did very well using this today, trading. I did a little bit of trading this morning on some gold, and then I'd been trading ES pretty much 3/4 of the day today, starting before the markets opened. And it was kind of a rough, choppy thing after the open, but using the indicators and my training and everything that comes with it, education, we were able to make money going up, making money go down, making money go up, making money go down, up and down, rinse and repeat all day long. Now we had a really nice EWO that started here about 20 after 1 Eastern time. And this baby is easy money. Ride it all the way. Trust your indicators. It stayed above the 9. At no time did it say to get out of the trade. As a matter of fact, it's still not telling me to get out of this trade. Has it pulled back? Yes. Okay, it has. You would have gave up some profits, but our members know what to do with that. They use Coach's strategy of shedding. So as you can see, it didn't break and hold below the 9. It went below it, but it didn't break away from it. So it's still hanging on, right? It may drop, who knows? But right now we're hanging tough in there. So our members that are in here right now that are trading this and have been trading this since about 1:30ish or whatever are still in the money, right? They would have shed some of their on some of these pullbacks and letting their runners run. That's what Coach teaches us. So that's the sneak peek for all you. This will be part of your paid membership other than the premium base level. And it's really a cool thing. Does that guarantee you're going to make money? No, we can't legally say that. But I will do is help you make a better educated decision on whether to get in or out of a trade at any time. So taking all these confluences together and shaking them up, stirring them up, dumping them out, you'll be able to make better educated decisions. And that's what we do here. We train you to make your own educated decisions on how to trade, when to get down, when to get in, when to get out. We are not a call out group, right? You can get call out groups that say, tell you buy XYZ now, sell XYZ now. Does that work? Well, it can if you're catch the momentum, but what if that person disappears, does take a day off, or just ceases to exist on the internet, right? Now what do? You don't know what to do. Nobody's there screaming at you what to buy and sell. So you really don't develop a skill. And that's what we are different here. We are here to educate you, to give you a skill that you can do this for the rest of your life, a skill that nobody can take away from you. If Coach would shut down AmericanDreamTrading.com today, I would still be able to do this for the rest of my life. I've been doing this. This is the start of my 3rd year. I got 2 full years under my belt. Started my 3rd year in January this year. And this is how I keep a roof over my head. This is how I pay my mortgage, my car payments, my food on the table. Occasionally have some fun here and there. And I love it. I can't think of doing another profession. I was able to retire because of the training and education I got from Coach here at American Dream Trading. Can you be successful like that also? Sure can. If you will come in with an empty cup and embrace everything that we're trying to educate you on, and you can apply them, right? Not break Coach's rules, because that's a sure way to wreck your account. Again, we can't guarantee you be successful. I can guarantee your 100% failure, though. That I can guarantee as a member of American Dream Trading. If you come in here and get a membership and you choose not to follow Coach's 7 simple rules, I can guarantee you 100% failure. You will blow up your account and be broke on your trading account and be done and walk away unsuccessful. Sounds kind of harsh, right? Well, it's not really. So in other words, we want you to follow Coach's rules. They're there for a reason, to help you preserve your account, because what you lose today, you can't trade tomorrow, right? So does that mean you're not going to have losing trades? Nope, not at all. I have losing trades every single day. There's a day go by I don't lose money trading in one trade or another. Matter of fact, I had to stop trading earlier because I was not evaluating my trades properly, and I was jumping in and out foolishly, and it was ended up costing me thousands of dollars. So I stopped for a while, and then I got back in, took a little walk, got something to drink, and took a little break, come back, recollected myself, and jumped back in again and picked up right where I left off. So it can be done. So, but you have to want to do it. You have to want to put in the sweat equity. This is not easy. In fact, it's very hard. You're learning a new skill, right? And like any new skill, it takes time. It takes actual effort on your part. It takes studying and practice and repeating things over and over again and testing your skills and growing in your skills day by day by day, right? So you don't learn to play a guitar and be a concert guitarist in one day anymore. You would learn to be an Olympic gymnast in one day, right? But with the proper coaching and the proper time and experience and correction when you do things wrong, and the education on behind all that, then your likelihood of being successful is greatly increased. But again, you're the one clicking the mouse, right, to enter a trade and exit a trade. We have no control over that. We can go all out and educate you, but you have to embrace it and execute appropriately. So just so you know, not everybody joins American Dream Trading is successful because they want to go their own way and go rogue, not listen. So, you know, you hear me talk about coach's rules. I haven't played them for a couple of days. Let me play coach's rules here real quick. It's just a couple minute little video. Here's some of coach's rules. So pay attention, write down his rules. You'll see them in the background. TikTok, again, I apologize for the view you have, but this is the way it's got to be due to the software issues and with the restreamer. So if you really want that good view and you really want to be able to hear the videos rather than just reading the closed captions on them, head on over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. Of course, you will not hear it on TikTok. I will try to slide it over though so you can read it. So here you go. Here's Coach's rules.
Some of the rules. Okay, somebody, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right, some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this, am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money, it's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time, and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you. Right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers, making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go into large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes is all the difference was We're going into big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? You're like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying woe is me. Stop saying I don't get it. Stop saying I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah, because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, you know, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right, and again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce. This is the golden nuggets, not the coach. Just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum, and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day, right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?
So there's coach's rules there. Just make sure you follow them. They're not that hard, really. They're hard. They're not hard, but uh, I still break them from time to time. And usually when I do, that's when I have a losing trade. So we want to follow it. Again, those on TikTok, I do not have the setup. I cannot feed TikTok live with a full screen view. So I have to use my iPad now to broadcast this feed. If you really want the good full page view with a great audio and you can see everything on my screen, the full page view, I highly recommend that you start going over to YouTube and following our channel at American Dream Trading. In fact, I would probably suggest you go over there and do that full time from now on. I'm not telling you can't use TikTok, but right now this is a less than ideal setup that I'm using here, mainly because I'm on a Mac. And TikTok has pretty much gone to not supporting Mac setups and Windows only. And I'm not switching my computer system. Now, Coach does have the Windows system. That's how he's able to continue to do it that way. Unfortunately, I do not have that. Well, not unfortunately. I made a decision. I like the Mac system. So, former Windows user. So, I would really highly recommend you all just go over to youtube.com. I realize it's convenient to use your TikTok app, but yeah, YouTube has an app also. You can use that and still get notified and everything on that. So on your phone or however you're watching it. Just a recommendation. You don't have to. Whatever's convenient for we will still broadcast on YouTube. But this, unfortunately, for me personally, this will be the view you get. So having the system that I have. They I was able to do it previously, but they broke that link to where be able to do it. So this is what you'll end up with. I personally would rather look at it through the YouTube view myself at American Dream Trading Channel. It's much nicer looking. And you get to see my smiling face on top of it, where you don't get to do this. This is my iPad literally pointed at my screen. It's kind of cheesy look, but it is what it is, right? We'll make do with what we have. But you'd be able to see the full screen here, see these indicators that I'm showing you here today for a better understanding. So all this stuff you see on my screen is fully customizable. It has different menus here that, I can bring up, and, I can adjust all these there's things on here that I can take on, take off, have on, whatever. There's all kinds of, it's fully customizable. You can change colors and what you want to see on your chart and all that stuff. There's a couple little things I took off just because it was aggravating me. I didn't personally care for it, the way I use my charts. But there's all kinds of good things on there. So head on over, grab one of them memberships. You too can use this also. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm muted into Zoom. Sorry, Ange. I got her. I hadn't clicked every button except for that button. Sorry, they've been hearing me talk all day. How's that better now, Zoom folks? so, so anyway, I would highly recommend those of you on TikTok to go over to our YouTube channel and watch from now on over there during this time period, at least from 2 to 4. Thank you. Take that for what it's worth. All right, let's take a quick trip around the block. Let's see what we got going on. Actually, there's still in this trade. There's really no reason to get out. It did not break and hold below the 9. And who knows how much higher this could go, right? And maybe it already reached this high of the day. But it's one thing we try not to do, form a bias. How high, what's the top, and what's the bottom? We really don't know. So I guarantee you our members have taken profits since it's come up here and consolidated. But I can also guarantee you some of them are still in the trade because they shed some and they're letting the runners run. How do I know that? Because I was trained the same way they were, right? As you can see, gold tends to act the inverse of what the indices go, because the indices are going up. People see that as a positive sign. So they flee gold and they put their money into the indices. So you can see gold is doing just the opposite, going down. Gold is a hedge against fear and the markets. And you can see the Qs, the NASDAQ 100 is matching the rest. All the 4 indices, major indices. There's more than just these 4 here. There's a bunch of minor ones. Oil would be the same way. You can see it's pulling down also. Doesn't necessarily follow the indices, but this is more news driven type of thing. So it's been going down all day, kind of choppy. There was some nice money here to be made also. And if we look at currencies, the euro, it's doing the inverse of what the markets are doing, because the euro is based on the U.S. markets. So it's worth whatever, $1.14 for every U.S. dollar in the euro, which is the European money group over there, right? So it's the second largest money versus the U.S.'s. Okay. He says, Ice Champion wants to know, can you tell us what it is you're trading now? Well, this is futures. This is future education and trading. So we are trading in the futures market. Okay. This is not stocks or stock options or crypto. This is futures. It's its own separate entity. It's the 3rd largest market in the world to trade in, even bigger than the New York Stock Exchange. And we are trading futures contracts. So you're asking yourself, well, what's a futures contract? Well, let me tell you here in about 2 minutes time. It's basically you have a producer of a product and you have a person that wants to buy that product. So you have a seller and you have a buyer. So let's say I'm one of the largest pork producers in the country, and I want to sell to, I have a buyer from one of the largest grocery store chains in the country, right? It might start with a W, who knows, and it might be kind of blue. Well, let's just say that corporation, because they do cut their meat and stuff, and they have grocery stores inside their mega stores. They need to keep their meat filled up for their customers to buy. You think they run to the local hog farm to buy their piggies to put in their shelves, to put that pork chop and bacon and all that? No, they go to the large pork producers that can supply their needs nationally or regionally, depending on the case, right? And they will enter into a legal contract for delivery of X amount of hogs that it takes for them to stock all their meat shelves with fresh meat on a regular basis. So they'll enter a contract with the producer. So if I have a bunch of stores, I go to Mr. Piggy Farmer and I say, "Hey, I want to buy, 100,000 hogs, and I want to negotiate a price with you, and I want it delivered on this certain date." Okay. So what it is a contract between the producer and the buyer for delivery of a product at a fixed price, an agreed upon price at a future date. Hence, that's why they're called futures. So when Mr. Buyer and Mr. Seller get together, they agree upon a price, and whatever it is, 3 months from now or whatever the contract is, that buyer knows that his piggies are going to get delivered to him, right? Now, as retail traders, obviously we're not buying piggies, right? I don't want a 500,000 hogs delivered to my driveway 2 months from now. That would not be a good thing. My wife would not be happy. As much as I like pork chops and bacon and ham and all that, you can only eat so much of that at one time. So retail brokers will never take delivery of the actual product that we're trading. So in this case, we're doing finance here, but we can do let's use oil as an example, right? I don't want oil. We don't get delivery of oil. Okay, that's a physical product. No broker will allow a retail trader to take physical deliveries. But what we are doing is we're making money by either thinking where the price is going to go up or the price is going to go down, right? We can go long or we can go short. So in essence, we are profiting from the buyer and the producer while they are negotiating prices of their contracts for a future date. So as the price gets negotiated up and down, the price of crude oil goes up and down, the price of lean hogs, and yes, you can trade lean hogs, right? Um, you can trade all kinds of things. There's thousands of different things you can trade, and you can actually trade that. So we get the benefit of trading up and down without actually having to take delivery of that product, whether it's oil, whether it's gold, or soybeans in agriculture, or wheat, corn, hogs, cattle, you name it. So basically, that's all it is, and we get to trade it. It's kind of like trading a stock in essence, right? If people want to pay more for the stock, the price is going to go up. If people don't want to trade, don't want to buy the stock at that price, the price will go down. And so if you happen to be there and you bought the stock cheap and people want to start paying more for it, then the price is going to go up. And if they don't, then the price will go down and you could lose if you're on the wrong side. The beauties of future trading is that we're trading on a margin account, so we can trade when the market goes up. We can trade when the market goes down, and we can even trade and make money when it goes sideways, right? And through channel trading. And Coach educates us on how to do all that. So, in essence, now we're over here with the indices, we're trading in financial markets, right? Which are a representation of the stock market in whole. The ES is the S&P 500 index. There's 500 corporations in that index. And as those individual 500 companies, as their earnings go up and down, so does the market. Sometimes it ain't really driven by earnings. More likely it's driven by news, right? World news or corporate news, unfortunately. But anyway, that's the gist of it. As the stock price goes up, it moves the market. So the collective of those 500 makes the stock market go up and down on a daily basis. So just like it would with a futures contract. So we are trading the indices, in other words, the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ 100, which is your mainly tech stocks, not all tech, but you might as well just say it's your tech stocks. You can trade the Russell, which are your small cap stocks, your smaller companies, right? It's not as volatile as the other ones are, right? Or you can even trade in the Dow Jones Industrial 30, which is YM, right? That's the Dow Jones futures. So those are financial instruments, and basically as those stock prices go up and down, the market goes up and down, or if news comes out that moves it. And so if you think it's going to go up, you can buy a long position and you ride it up and make money, just like we've been doing here all day. As you can see, there was nothing, like I said earlier, said to get out of this trade. Did it break and hold below the 9 and even into the 21? Yeah. But guess what? If you'd have held on to that, it's almost approaching back up to where it was at before it pulled back, right? Will it break and hold above here? That would be exciting. If it does, it would probably gather some excitement in the market. They would see it's breaking through to another new level for the day. So, and that will draw attention real quick. So it could take off. Now it may come up here and just stagnate at this double top here, right? It's kind of like a little mini one right here, right now. But this peaked here. So if this comes up and sits here for too long, people will get nervous and they may sell off. So, let's see. Be back. Good to see you there, buddy. Junior Goings. It was volatile. Yes, you get into periods where it's volatile. And actually, we welcome volatility because that means it's going to go up and it's going to go down, up and down, up and down. Very rare is the day that it goes straight up or straight down. Now we've had those days recently, but generally, the markets do this. They go in waves, right? And speaking of waves, you'll see here these little wave things here. This is called the Elliott wave oscillator. You see this? Mr. Elliott's a real person who developed this theory, and it's more than a theory, it's a mathematical calculation. Don't ask me what the math is. I could not explain it if I did know what it was. So his general, to water it down in its oversimplified version, is that stocks tend to go up and down over time, right? And they form these waves. And then that was his basic thing, and then use that for trading. Now, since he came out with that theory back in, I believe it was in the 80s, I believe. You'll have to Google that. Somebody want to check that? You can tell me what year he came out with that. I forget. Thinking it was early 80s. I may be wrong. Since then, other people, other traders, other institutions have used his wave theory to create trading strategies. There's hundreds of trading strategies that you can use just with the Elliott wave oscillator. It'll blow your mind when you start looking, right? Coach himself is no exception. He's got 33 years of experience in the markets, and he educates us. He developed his own with what's called the 2-minute EWO, or Elliott wave oscillator trading strategy, and we use that here at American Dream Trading. It's proven very effective for us. We've made lots of money using it. Does that mean every time one of these start that it's a guaranteed profit? No, not at all. There's no one trading strategy that works 100% of the time, right? But why? Because anybody can come in any time and dump a bunch of shares, right? Or buy in a whole bunch. Or some world leader get on TV and run his pie hole and say something and cause the market to crash or go way up, right? So those things you can't control. But this does a very effective trading strategy. And matter of fact, 99% of all of our members at American Dream Trading should be using this strategy. Now, Coach teaches many strategies here. I use it. I use nothing but this for the first full year that I was with American Dream Trading. It worked so good, I quit using it because I learned other ones. Kind of got away from it. Well, guess what? Coming back to it now. I'm letting my runners run and trying to trade EWOs and stuff. I learned how to scalp, and I really embrace that. It's fun. It's very stressful. It's very hard. As a matter of fact, scalping is the hardest strategy of all of them. But I learned to do it, and I liked it. I like that instant gratification, right? I can get in here and get out right away. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Well, here I'm clicking once and letting it run, watching my profits grow instead of, it's not that I can't jump in and out whenever I want, but, there's no reason to jump out. To maximize your profits, you get in using Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy that we teach every day to our paid members at AmericanDreamTrading.com, and just let it run until this trade tells you to get out of it. And taking all these things you see on my screen, you put all those together, and it helps you identify your good entry and also when to get out of the trade. So very effective, very effective. Hi, Joe. I see you're asking about NVAX again. Use what I showed you the other day and make your own educated decision. Remember how I showed you how to chart the other day? Put it on a 4-hour chart and take a look at that. You'll see where your levels of support and resistance are at. It works day over day over day. And you keep coming and asking, and that's fine. I'm not afraid to answer your question. But see, this is the exact reason that American Dream Trading exists. We are an education company. You're coming in here looking for an answer, a direct answer every day, instead of learning how to do that yourself. And I understand that you probably don't know how to do it yourself. I showed you once or twice, maybe once. I've had other people ask the same kind of question. Can you tell me what NVAC support is what he's asking. And it's fine. I can answer that question for you. But we want you to be able to develop that skill to be able to do that on your own so you're not dependent on some random dude like me on the internet that you don't know if he's full of BS or not, right? All you do is tune in, see some guy on there and try to make a judgment what they're saying makes any sense, right? And I hope you do find that I'm making some sense, even though I ramble on talking circles. But, wouldn't you much rather acquire that skill to be able to make that decision on your own? What if you was waiting all day to ask me that question? You can't do it till 2 o'clock on the live, right? So that's what sets us apart from other call out groups. We're not a call out group. We're an educational corporate company, and we want to educate you to make those decisions. But I will entertain your question this time, right? So let's take a quick look at it. Let's go look at the stock. Even though we are here talking about futures, I will look at your NVAX just for giggles. Because why? Because what I'm about to show you also applies to trading futures, applies to trading crypto, it applies to trading stocks and stock options, right? So there's your NVAX, right? You can see it's down, right? So if I'm just looking at this from the thing, I'm like, well, I have no idea where's the support level, where's the resistance, right? So what he was asking is, how do I know what the support level? Well, you have to know where a support level, you have to know where it has historically traded at, right? And if you don't know that, you need to have charts. And to be able to effectively chart, I'm just going to give you a real quick one. We'll go with the 4 hour. Some people start with a month and some go days and week, whatever, break it down. I like to go with a 4 hour to start with. What I'm doing is zooming out a little bit and looking across where you can see where these peaks are at, right? You can visually see across where some of these are at. So, I can come down here and pop a line, a support line down here, right? You see how it touched there. I can go right here's another one, right? Go here, rinse and repeat. See how these here now 4 hours, that means it hung around this level, finished up there at 4 hour time periods, right? So I can go through here and pop some lines, rough lines on my chart. Now, I'm not really zooming in to fine tune this. I'm just doing it just for educational purposes only. I would actually, if this was my chart, I'd be zooming in a little bit closer so I can really see. But you can see I'm pretty close, right? Close enough, right? Throwing hand grenades, right? So now I got me a couple lines on there, right? A few to get going with. I can pop some more on here, right? And see where it's at. And I can see some more down here because I zoomed in. I'm looking for multiple places, not just one place to touch, but preferably 3 or more historically where it's done. And you have to zoom out a little bit to get the bigger picture view, right? Now that I got a 4 hour, I might drop down to, I could drop down to say 2 minutes, right? And now I can do the same thing here, right? Zoom out a little bit, take a look, see what's going on, right? Zoom in a little bit enough that I can get my lines. Well, I can see I got support here, right? There's a whole bunch of where it's at, right? Now I can fine tune the line some more, right? I can see up here, there's another part as far as resistance upward motion. So now I got a few more lines that I can make better educated decision on where this stock likes to trade at historically. Doesn't mean it's going to come clear up to here today. Doesn't mean that at all. But once I have my chart charted out, if I'm watching this on a consistent basis, I'll have some historical information that I can deal with, right? And this is what we do. So we do the same thing when we're trading futures. We chart out our charts. A chart's a chart's a chart. Once you learn how to do a chart, you can trade anything, right? Pretty much anything. So now I have some levels there. Well, I'm going to worry about this coming back down to 646-ish, right? And it doesn't mean it's always going to stop dead on that line. It may even sell off and people take their profits and get out on their shorts before it hits there, and you'll see it bounce back. But see, I know here, now see if I was going to wait for maybe a re-entry, for if I was going to catch a quick uh, double bottom bounce or triple, it'd be triple, quadruple in this case. You can see how the wicks touched, right? That's pretty long level of support. And if I would scroll back historically, I can see, places where it hits, right? These here just kind of blew through. That's why they look the way they do. I mean, I'm only on a 2 minute chart, so you got to do a lot of scrolling. But anyway, you can confirm that it is there historically, right? So that's a good level of support. This may come down here, bounce and shoot right back up, right? And I can go jump back in it to the upside. So this is where it's coming down to. What you stand on is the floor. Some people do call this the floor. We call it support and resistance. Support is what you stand on, where it's probably going to stop and hold you there. Not that it can't break through it. It may very well. The more times it tests a level, it will make it become weaker. And then you have resistance, which would be like a ceiling, right? You can't get to the upper floor without bumping your head on the ceiling, right? If you jump up and down on your bed and you hit it hard enough and you hit it hard enough a bunch of times, you'll finally break through that ceiling and you'll be now at the upper level, right? So that's what that does. So when it comes down, it's support. I mean, this was support at one point, right? Now when it goes up, it's called resistance because now this may very well resist. See how many times this hit there and rejected off of it? Same way down here. So what kind of trading would we call this? We would call this channel trading. I'm going to trade it when it comes down, and I can trade it to the upside. And when it goes up, it hits the resistance and bounces down. I can play it to the downside, rinse and repeat as it ping pongs. As you can see, this is here. This same technique applies whether you're trading stocks, stock options, crypto, futures, bonds, you name it, treasuries, agriculture, oil, all these charts that we do. A chart's a chart. You need to learn that skill, right? So I hope you understand that, Joey. That's as simple as it gets, really, to getting a chart so that you can see. So take the big picture view first and draw your lines, right? So you can see where those levels are, and then you too can clearly line them out, right? And if you happen to own this and it starts going up, now because you already did the homework and you saved your chart, now as it climbs up, you'll know what areas to watch for as it goes up, and you'll know what areas, if it retreats, where to go to. That's all there is to it. Did that answer your question there, Joey? All right. There you go. That was that. And the reason I took the time, even though we're talking about futures, the reason I showed you that is because that same exact principle that Coach teaches us every single day applies to trading futures. So we were able to take what we learned while we were learning how to trade stock and stock options and come over here and apply them same things, right? So did that help you, Joey? Let me know. Let's take a look over here on our YouTube live chat, see what they got asking or comments. But yeah, Brandon, I did have a very good day. I haven't posted my final number yet. It's substantially higher than that one. Let's see. There's the volume bar. Yeah, trading pennies. This is Coach's a sneak peek at Coach's 3.0 indicators. Has not been released yet, but I'm giving you a sneak peek as a moderator. I have access to it, so I decided to give it a try myself. It's still in its final testing phases. They're still tweaking a few little items, and our diamond members will get first crack at it before it's released to our other paid members. So it's coming real soon. So anyway, let's see. T King asks exactly what is ATR and how is it used? Well, very simple. ATR stands for average true range. So it's taking an average of what? The range, which is the range is how much the price moves up and down at any given time frame. So if I'm on a 2-minute chart, I can look down here, the 2-minute ATR on euro. It doesn't register because it's in micros. It's one of the things with currencies. So if I look at the NASDAQ on a 2-minute candle, this will move up and down on average 17 points or $17 if you want to look at it that way, up and down in a 2-minute period. So you have to factor that in your trade. So if this is at 19,660, that means on average it can move up to what? 19.6, what did I say? 660, add 17 to that, right? So you have to give it room to move. So that's the average candle size. And if you put it on a 1-minute, of course, it's going to have a different ATR, right? So even on a 1-minute candle, it's about 12. So that will move on average 12 points, if you want to look at it as in dollars, $12 in 1 minute, up or down. Now it could move up 6 and down 6, whatever, right? So it's an average movement. Takes all the candles together and adds them all up and yada, 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 and then it comes up with a number. This is one of the things with coaches. This is all going to be in one convenient box. Gives you real-time total volume. How many of those are buyers? How many of those are sellers? Right now we have more sellers in the S&P 500 by 10-to-1 ratio. It's 1,200 there, 500. Now it's changing a little bit. So it's actually showing me real-time data, and then it's drawing a visual representation on the volume bars. Blue being total volume, green being the buyers, red being the sellers. So that's how all that works. You put all that together, you know how much movement to lie to give yourself make sure your stops are set properly. So, all right, back to YouTube live chat. Chris M asked, "Are those available for TOS?" No, they're not. This only works on Trading View. If you buy a subscription to Trading View, which you can, this is totally independent. This has nothing to do with American Dream Trading. This is probably one of the largest, if not the largest, independent charting software around the world that people use. It's a subscription-based thing. You can go to tradingview.com and check out. Generally, they run sales all the time too. It's generally figure around $15 a month for this. And then if you have a paid membership with American Dream Trading on anything except for the premium, these are included with your membership. But for TOS, no, it doesn't work. Now you can put the same 921, 55 VWAP and the 200 on your charts, but no, this doesn't. So you have to have a subscription to TradingView and a membership with American Dream Trading to get that. Let's see here. Jeff asks, do you execute futures at market price most of the time? I execute future trading. Personally, I do nothing but market in, market out. I'm not worried so much about getting the very, very best price. If I wanted that, I would take the time to fill out the limit trade price. That's just me. Other people, we have other members in here do nothing but limits, right? They're good at it. Quite frankly, I'm lazy. I just assume push one button and get in, push one button and get out without having to enter some exact price or fool around with a price ladder. Now, can I? Yes, I can. I know how to do it. I'm just not proficient at it, so I just don't do it. I haven't taken the time. I could use this price ladder here and place a limit order, right? I know I can go in here and click, right? Boom, right there's a buy limit order sitting right there at that exact price that I clicked, right? And when it gets there, it'll fill my order, right? And it just did fill my order, I believe. Yes, it did. So that would be a better fill than clicking market, but I'm not too concerned about that. I get pretty good fills as it is. The only time you really get bit is when you get a large candle and you try to jump in. You may click the candle when it's here and the candle takes off and you might only get filled up here. So that's a downfall market orders. You do not get the best. You get the current at the time it gets processed. So, but I don't worry. It's not a big issue as far as I'm concerned in my personal trading. I'm getting in, I'm getting out. I can click one button, get out. I am not over here trying to pinpoint a certain thing. I'd rather hit one big old button and go in and out, right? But that's just my personal trading style. I don't do limit orders. And it really is probably because I'm lazy. I haven't really taken the time to really get good at using a price ladder or even coming in here. I can come up here and click in Trading View and fill out, limit order. I can set this, to at last stuff and do all that. I just rather click one big buy button, right? I don't want to I can set this to market. As long as I got that, I can have that button set up to sell or buy. I can click one button, bang, be done with it. See, that closed me out that quick. I didn't have to click. I didn't have to add nothing, pinpoint something, right? Just me, personal preference. Do I give up dollars sometimes? Sure. But I'm not sitting here counting pennies every trade, right? I'm in here to trade, get in, get out whenever I'm done with the trade. Right. And Jeff says 5,600 be heavy resistance in ES. Yes, I agree. It will be. Why? Because it's already up there at that 97 and also 5,600. You're going to get a strong resistance at 5597 because that was the high of the day. That would be a natural barrier, which you can already see it pulled back. But you are right, 5,600, that's an even number, right? People like even numbers. And those are nice and pretty and clean, and that will actually be. Same way when you trade stocks. Gets to $1, people want to hold back. Gets up to, $2, $3, even numbers. If they're real big numbers, it could be 10s or 20s, but that is a psychological thing, and it's a very accurate thing that people will do that. It's part of the psychology of trading. Bryce, the Sparky, would you recommend this for a prop firm trading? You can prop firm trade anything you want. As a matter of fact, prop firms only do futures, if I'm not mistaken. There might be some exceptions to the rule. Do I want to do prop firms? Absolutely not. Have I ever used a prop firm? I've looked into them. I've looked at other members that's done them with some success, some without success. Just remember, only 2% on average of prop firm people actually receive a payout. And why is that? Same reason people fail at day trading, right? They look at a prop firm. Well, I could use free money and build up and meet the qualifications. And as long as I do good and I qualify, meet all their rules and regulations, they're going to give me free money to trade with. Very enticing, right? All for a monthly membership, right? It ain't free. You got to pay a membership, right? And then if you fail or you break one of the rules, guess what? You got to start all over again. And you also got to pay another fee to get back in there and trade your account. If you're a great trader, will it work out? Sure, it will. But again, it still has limitations. I personally want to trade my money the way I want to trade my money without limitation, right? Other than the size of my account and following coach's rules. That's my guidelines. It's the only thing I have to worry about is my chart and following coach's rules. I don't want to follow I don't want to follow anybody else's rules. And they are very restrictive. If you are an experienced trader, I could see how you can really get profitable and get some free money out of the deal, right? Uh, but that's the thing. People get stars in their eyes thinking, well, I'm going to do that. Unfortunately, the people who get into that don't know what they're doing. They're not experienced traders. They think they're just going to go in there and click a mouse and get lucky and make money, right? Well, it don't work that way. Day trading is very hard. It's even harder when you have restricted. So if you're extremely disciplined person and you can explain and understand all the rules of a prop firm and you can follow them to the T, because if you break one, you're starting all over. They're looking for you to break one simple rule. So I'm not saying they're good or bad. I've never traded one and I have no intention ever of it. I considered it at one time. It was enticing, but after further review and reading all the fine print and all the rules and regulations, and I just like, I don't think so. I'll just trade my real money. And I do very well without needing a prop firm. So don't enter into one lightly. There's a lot of good ones. Well, not a lot of good ones. There's a lot of bad ones and a few good ones. Okay. So do your own research. Make sure you read reviews. Throw out the ones that give glowing reviews and throw out the ones that say they're horrible and read somewhere in the middle, right? It's like you do any other review. But that's all they trade is futures, as far as I understand. They don't trade stocks. I'm not saying there ain't someone out there that lets you do that. Yes, J Dog, I agree with you. This is gold for free, right? You get to learn a lot of free things, ask your own questions, get them answered for absolutely free. This is an outreach of American Dream Trading. One thing I will tell you there, Mr. J Dog, over there on our YouTube live feed, is you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. If you could see behind a curtain, as the Wizard of Oz said, right? Your mind would melt. Your mind would be blown on the training that we give here every day. We're just giving you a little tease. Why do you think we're doing this for free? Does anybody want to guess? Go ahead. Somebody guess. Go ahead and type it in there. Why do you think we do this for free? Because we're so generous and we just love y'all so much. Why do you think we do this? What do you think is our end game here? Go ahead. You can type it in. You're not going to offend me. What do you think the real reason is? Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't be bashful. Type it in there. Come on, TikTok. You can usually beat over
Advertising.
there on YouTube people, right? Nobody wants to answer that. So you can join. There you go, Julio. He beat you over there. Right. So, I mean, we're here to get you to join American Dream Trading. That's, I mean, flat out, that's what we want. Why do we want that? Because we want to see you succeed. We don't want you falling for these fly by night outfits, right? We want to educate you, right? So that you can do, if you want to make this a full time career like I do, fine. If you want to, make a few extra bucks every day and still keep your 9 to 5 job. Stinky Pinky, you're kind of close, but you're not. You're way off. We do not sell courses. We sell memberships for education. There's no books to sell, no little e-books or any of that kind of stuff. We provide you with live training up to 12 hours a day inside of our membership with a live Zoom call that you can ask questions and get the education. We do have videos and we do have documents, but we're not selling those individually. That comes all part of your paid membership. Membership has its privileges. And for those, that get the membership, you can find more success. So it's like anything else. It's just like getting a college education, right? So it's memberships, right? It's not an individual course where you can just $9.95. We'll send you this book. Well, I mean, what good does that do, right? You can't ask questions just by buying a book. So it's live training. whether that appeals to you or not, it's a different story, right? There's some people vehemently opposed to buying anything on a membership, right? And that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. You continue to sit here and watch free. And we do this free as an outreach of American Dream Trading. If you want to join, that's fine. There's people I see come in here every day that's been here every day from the beginning. They don't have a membership. Whether you buy one or not doesn't really matter to me. I don't make any money off it when you buy a membership, right? So no skin in my game. But if you do, you want to up your game, then go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and take a look at our membership packages. We do have some specials going on right now. So, unlike other places, I'm not trying to hide anything, right? We're not trying to pull a fast one on you. Matter of fact, you can go over and join our Discord for free. You can get over there, go over to our website, AmericanDreamTrading.com, and grab our free membership. Go in there and you'll have immediate access to our stock lounge where you can go in there and interact with other members anytime, 24 hours a day, ask questions, discuss trades, whatever you want to do. And there's some free educational materials in there that you have access to. It's limited, of course, being a free member, right? Membership has its privilege. So go check it out. I challenge you to check it out. What are you afraid of checking out something for free? You don't like it? All you do is click the leave button and you're out of it. It's that easy. One button to get in, one button to get out, right? So check it out. Take my word for it. Don't be so skeptical. Check it out. It's free, right? Who doesn't like free? Speaking of free, do you know Coach is giving away $1,000 for free? Oh, Doug's not here right now, is he? He's taking care. He had a thing with his wife today. If you go over to our webpage, AmericanDreamTrading.com, and get that free Discord, once you get inside there, we're giving away $1,000 for absolutely free. You can, if Doug was here today, one of them rare days he can't be here, he can't put the links directly into YouTube for you. But you can click the link and sign up to get $1,000 free cash, absolutely free. It's ran by our that Gleam software. You've seen it on other websites, right? All it asks you to do basically is go visit our website and our social media sites and all that. There's up to like 10 things you can go visit for free. Spend a few seconds, a few minutes, a few hours, whatever you want to do. Up to those 10 different things you do, really technically only takes a few minutes of your life to do it. Give you up to 10 entries the first day, and then every day after that, you can go back and you can get one more entry after that. Totally free. It's a random drawing. As a matter of fact, even our paid members of American Dream Trading are eligible to participate in it because it's a totally random draw. We don't pick it. That actual Gleam sweepstakes software actually draws a random person. So Stinky Pinky, if this is your first time being here and you would get in that and you never come back again, you could still win that $1,000, right? So we'll be able to get that to you just by visiting free today. So go check it out. Sorry, don't have those links there up for you today, but Doug's been doing it every day for all time since we've been doing that. All right, so let's see what else we got. Mario says, if you're an experienced trader, 500 leverage account, then to trade at prop firms, right? Rules, no silly stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I said, right? With the futures, you're trading basically a 20-to-1 leveraged account. Now, the money that you have in your account, your margin account, is not leveraged, right? Per se, it's not. I have $1,000. The broker's not going to give you 8 times that money. In other words, say you have actually 8,000 that you can trade. Now that works differently with like in stock options and stock margin accounts. That part's true, depending on your broker, what they'll allow you to leverage. Crypto, you can leverage also your account there, your margin account there in crypto, from none to whatever that broker allows you to do. But as far as margins go, in futures, it's whatever you have in your. It's basically kind of like a cash account in a roundabout way, except it is a margin account. And if you have $1,000, then you can only trade $1,000 worth. So it means you can only buy whatever contracts you have. So those that use our indicator that didn't get out because it never really told them to totally get out, they're still in there making money on this. It has pulled back. They have shed. Now, would I have gotten out of this trade? Yeah, I would have, because I'm a little bit tighter on what I'm willing to accept on pullbacks, right? But with coaches training, he teaches us that one of the things is the shedding technique. You shed 50% on the first major pullback, 20% on the next, 20% on the next, and then you have your last 10%. You let them run till you decide when you want to get out. ASR asked over there, how's SPY? Well, we're kind of looking at SPY right now. You just didn't know it. This is ES. This is the S&P 500. This is actually the parent of SPY. This is the father of SPY. SPY is the stock option of the futures market. It's actually the child. Every SPY runs off of this, right? This is the parent. It's the most heavily traded. So when this moves, well, again, this is driven by the individual stocks that make up the S&P 500. But this is where it all starts right here, right? So you have the bond market and the forex market are only two markets that are larger than the futures market. This is even larger than the New York Stock Exchange. This is traded worldwide, 23 hours a day, 5.5 days, basically a week, starting Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time, clear through 5 p.m. on Friday. The only day it's not open is on Fridays. Friday's always our sad day because we can't trade. We have withdrawals, but we can get, if you have a crypto membership, you can go over and learn how to trade crypto, right? There's some pretty strange things over there you can do with crypto. It blows my mind every time I read. I'm not a big crypto trader. As far as that goes, I can't explain all the different things they do over there. I know Bitcoin and I know Ethereum, but that's my limited. Now, when I decide I want to start learning about all the intricacies of trading crypto, I'll go over into the trading lounge and join those fine folks over there, and they will educate me on how to do that. And they're developing that. And you can get a standalone crypto membership if you like. If that's all you want to trade, we also offer a crypto membership. All available over on our website, AmericanDreamTrading.com. All right, what other questions do we have here? Let's take a walk around the block real quick. The indices generally is about the biggest volume, as we know, as we talk about every day. I don't personally trade gold and metals market or currencies or even energy pretty much after 2 o'clock because the volume tends to really drop off. Doesn't mean you can't make money. It just, the volume just drops off significantly. As you can see here, right? See how high the volume was on my volume bars down here. And now down here, you can see how low it's gotten. So basically your indices is where the action is at for the rest of the day. We are now in power hour. It's the last hour of trading. People will be trying to exit out of their contracts, out of their stock options and all that, taking profit. So you can expect additional volatility in the last hour, especially in the last 10 to 15 minutes of the last hour of the day, as they lock in their profits, take their ball and go home. Some days you'll see a giant drop, or you'll see a giant rise, or you'll see both, right? People will shoot up the price and then sell off and it'll drop like a rock, and people will take their shorts and run the profit down till it comes down to a critical level of support, and they'll bail out of there, and then the others will jump back in because it dropped so much, and they say, oh, it's on sale, and we'll jump back in because now it's at the bottom again, and it can get pretty crazy and hectic. That's why you heard Coach's Rules video here a little while ago. What did he say? Stay out of trading power hour unless you're an experienced trader. Even Coach doesn't trade power hour. It's not that he can't, he just don't. Why put your account through that? Why risk it, right? Now, can I trade this? Yeah, I can. I mean, you see us, we do it live here every day, right? I'm not using my real money, so it is a little different. But if I take my time and show you really bona fide trades here, even though it's on paper, and treat it accordingly, you see me make money here, even though it's fake money, right? I still treat it like it's a real live account. Now you see me come in here, do things, show you what not to do on purpose, right? Here's what happens when you break Coach's rules. Let's take a look, right? Look how fast you can lose money and all that. So, and I've showed you how I've quick scalp, do 50 scalps in a matter of minutes, locking in the profits. That's crazy way of trading. No, you shouldn't do that. And I don't do that. You've got to get in, let the runners run till it shows you not to you get out. So, have you been using Coach's 3.0 indicators, soon to be released? I mean, we have the 2.0, works just as well, except this is the new improved version. 25% more for the same price, as they would say on TV. Alex, actually, I made a lot more than that. I haven't posted it yet, but yes, I got in this ES trade right before we went live. I actually had to get out of this trade. I was making money, and I actually had to get out because You find folks get upset if you're not here on time. So I gave it up for you. Uh, Not really. I could have stayed here and kept trading, but I did well today, right? That's the beauty about trading futures. I can trade 23 hours a day. I can get up early and trade. If I'm really worried about it, I can start trading again at 6 o'clock tonight, right? So, strategy that I use on your win today: 2-minute EWO here. This one on this one. Early, I was using break and holds below the 9 and above the 9, trading up, trading down, right? There's 2 right there. Scalping. This is a long-termer play. Scalping, individual candles. As when I got into this chop, I could trade into individual candles. And I was doing the break and hold below the 9, writing it down, as long as the indicators gave me a good-looking trade. And I learned all that here at American Dream Trading, right? I'm taking all this information that's in front of me, making an instant decision, literally a fraction of a second, whether I want to take a trade. Do I want to trade the euro? I don't know. Let's go look. I'll tell you right as soon as I click on it whether I want to trade it or not. Now, I will tell you I won't want to trade it because it's the end of the day. It doesn't have volume, but let's just pretend it does. I will look at my chart and make an instantaneous decision. Would I trade this trade? Yes, I would trade this to the downside as if there was volume. Why? Because my 2 big indicators, the EW or the 200 MA and VWAP, and all my other indicators are behind me now. See how it broke through, held. The 9 needs to move down a hair more to make this a better trade. Now, you're going to say, well, Mark, there's a double bottom down there. You are correct. I am aware where that's at when I first glance at it. However, what you don't realize, there's a lot of money right there. As you can see, you make money in currency on micro pennies. You get paid on that last digit. So every time that moves 5, I get paid $6.25. And that's 5, whatever that is, 10 thousandths. So even if this did come down to the bottom and bounce, I can get maybe 5, 10 micros out of there on one contract, right? Let's just say 5, because nobody gets in perfectly or exits perfectly. So 5 times what? 6 is 30. So I can make over $30 just in a matter of minutes, the time it takes to come down here per contract. Now, if I got 5, 10 contracts, you do the math. Is that worth jumping into? And the reason I said I would jump into it, because with my training and education, all my indicators are behind me. That's a 6-star trade in effect, right? Oh, look, coach's fancy new indicators we got here. Look at, what does this say? I didn't even notice that part. It says the euro, which is 6E, which you can see right here. It says 6E is the euro. It does the symbol for euro, is in a 6-star trade and has been in one, right? Since up here, right? Really, the entry would have been up here. But since I'm arriving late to the party, I will scalp that down to this double bottom, down to this triple bottom, right? You can look and see why I would get out. Look back here. I got a line there. Look how many times it touches that line and bounces off. Boom. Look at that. Just simple scroll. Always look behind you. That one there kind of blew through, right? It was down below, but that's a strong level of support. Now, I'm not going to sit there and wait all day, see if it's going to blow through it. It could. But as you can see how much this candle's moved. So I told you before I even looked at the chart, I wouldn't trade this because the volume just dies as part of the after like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I don't generally trade currencies or the metal or energy after in the late afternoon, just because the volume drop off. The money and the movement is in the individual indices. So yeah, I use in this. I played the EWO right until before we came live. I did the break and hold beneath the 9. I did some couple quick scalps on individual candles. As a matter of fact, I overdid it and I started giving money back, losing money because I was overdoing it, jumping in, jumping out, right? And actually gave away some bucks, so I stopped that. I finally realized what I was doing. I'm like, wait a minute, my account's going down instead of up. So I stopped that and I walked away, right? Came back, did a lap or two, come back, and pick it back up. EWO strategy is the strategy. Is it going to make you money every single time? Absolutely not, right? There's no one indicator or one strategy that's going to make you money 100% of the time. But I can assure you, when you learn how to put all this together, your odds are a lot better using that strategy, right? It's not going to result in 100% success because you never know how far or how far up or down anything's going to go. There's a lot of things you can't control. What this does do for you, though, is gives you a good entry into the trade. Okay, and then from there, you can, capitalize on that. So, All right. Let's see. So yes, that's the importance of learning different trading strategies that coach teaches. Because what if I only knew how to do the 2 minute EWO? And then I did. That's all I literally did the first full year that I was with American Dream Trading, and I was successful my first year. I had a six-figure gains my very first year. Does that mean I didn't lose money? Sometimes, yeah, I lost a lot of money. I like to have all that money I lost through ignorance, right? Thinking I knew what I was doing. It's amazing I came out successful in spite of it, right? Not I look back at that now and it's like, geez, it's wonder I didn't lose my whole account, right? Um, but I didn't. I ended up being successful. So apparently my good trades outweighed the dumb trades I did, right? Due to ignorance and lack of discipline. And self discipline plays a lot in trading, believe me, waiting on the setups. So if I'm only employing the 2 minute EWO strategy, I have to wait for it to start, right? So that's a lot of sitting around, right? Waiting for a good setup. And then you might get an EWO like this one here, this red one. Let's look at this. Let me expand this out a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Now, see, here's one. Right here would have been your, let me draw a line here. This would have been your entry here, right? Basically. It didn't go anywhere. If you'd have waited till there, that died, right? Now you can see you could have jumped in early on to break and hold below the 9, which is, I would say that is my primary strategy right now. The trading strategy that I embrace is I do the break and holds. Now, why do I do that? Well, number one, I have the experience, right? I understand what I'm looking at. I understand the risks of trading into key levels and into these strong indicators. So I'm willing to accept that risk and deal with it accordingly as I approach them things, right? What's nice about the EWO strategy generally, you'll find, not every time, but high percent of the time when you enter, let's look at this green one, you would have entered here, right? Here would have been an entry right here, right? You would have entered, you'll see all my key indicators are now in my rear view mirror behind me. That makes the trade stronger. That's the power of the EWO. So what I end up doing is, and am I paying attention if it's turning into an EWO? No, actually I don't. It's amazing that when I get involved in something and I'm really laser focused on my trade, and I found that it's what it takes to be successful. You can't be distracted. I'll get in here and do this break and hold below the 9 strategy, and I'll just keep trading it, not even paying attention that it's turned into an EWO in the process, right? And so, as you can see, this one actually, I got in, if I'd employed that here, I'd have got in here and I would have made money, all the way down, assuming I got out when I should have, right? Down here, which actually started at EWO, which collapsed on itself. So, same thing here. I would have got in. It would got me in a hair earlier, but there's a lot of risk associated with doing so because you're dealing with all these different indicators, and that could go against you in a heartbeat and end up stealing more money than it was really worth by jumping in early. It's not something I recommend, but it is a trading strategy, just like playing the EWO. We're just riding it, getting out whenever you need to. Just like scalping is a strategy. If you watch Coach live, you'll see him scalp literally one candle, right? A half a candle, whatever. Get in and get out. Why does he do that? Because he's trading a high volume. He's doing uh, big money, right? So you can make nice money in literally seconds. So, so right now, if I had to name one that I like the most right now, and it changes all the time, is the break and hold above or below the 9 with potentially my other indicators behind me. Now I am looking at the big picture. I'm not just jumping in totally willy nilly. I'm evaluating using my training and education whether I jump into the trade or not, and I will not jump into certain ones. Well, look who's in the house. Looky. It's Eric Moto, one of our moderators over there. You've probably met him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You've probably met him if you're a VIP Gold member. He's over there helping David every single day in a Gold VIP chat for the VIP Gold members. Great to have you. And he's actually trading futures here and there now. He's added another tool to his tool belt. How's it going over there, Eric Moto? Doing all right? Yeah. No, I'm not trading the euro. Not this time of the day. There's no volume in it. If I'm going to trade anything, it's going to be the indices. So, but that's what we were discussing. So we're looking around. I'm not going to waste my time on the euro or energy or even gold because the volume drops off so much. It's not you can't make money. I might as well go where the money's being made at, right? Where there's volume to move the price up and down accordingly. So that's where I'm going to do that. Are you still trading micro contracts there, Eric Smoto, over there on TikTok Live? Why did I ask Eric that question? Why? Because Eric is a highly successful, experienced trader who's been with ADT for a long time. He's been successful. I don't know what kind of bank account he has. It's none of my business. But I can, just by being around Eric long enough, I know it's a pretty substantial size account. He could probably go buy whatever he wants to buy, right? And he could come in here in the futures market and start with a big account. He could come in here and buy, throwing 10, 20 grand easy and open up a futures account and go hog wild. But one of the things I ask all our OGs and the people that are experienced, hey, I really don't care how experienced you are. I want you to come in and make sure you're learning the lingo, that you know, and you're knower that you know, just like you were a brand new person. Come in here and treat this market with respect. Start by trading micro contracts, even if that means trading one at a time. Well, it's hard to make money that way, Mark. No, it's not. I proved that. Was that yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday, wasn't it? I traded one micro contract all day long in and out, and I made 700 and whatever it was, $716, $711, trading one single micro contract in and out all day long. So it does not take a lot of money to make money trading futures, right? And Eric's over there saying, yep, he's still trading micros. That's good. Good, 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 good. And he's following my advice. Did he have to? No. You know, how I wouldn't be any wiser. He can do what he wants. He's a big boy, right? He's a grown adult. He can do however he wants. But, you know, we try to offer suggestions just like we do for you guys watching free, right? Start out small, take it nice and easy, you know, until you know in your knower that you know that you know. Take it easy, right? It's the same rules and principles that apply trading stocks and stock options and crypto, and coming over here and applying those things. Lingo's different, the way things move are a little bit different, but other than that, they are identical. It's just a different product, and every investment vehicle has its own element of risk. Oh, hobby collecting. How much time a day did it take you to learn this when you first started? Well, I spent literally 12 hours a day plus when I joined American Dream Trading. I was in when the doors opened. I was here till the doors closed, trying to learn and absorb everything that came out of Coach's mouth and everything that the other moderators were teaching, which is the same thing as speaking for Coach, because they were all trained by Coach, just like I have been, right? So we all talk the same language. We all take the same lingo. We all tell the same story, right? So, okay, Eric, that's okay. I know you know what you're doing. So I put the time, I put the effort, I put the sweat equity in, trading options and stocks. Got into pre-market 4 a.m. every single morning. I was up and out of bed before 3 and ready to start trading at 4, and traded clear till in the house till 4 p.m. The market's closed. So it does take time. It does take effort. Everybody learns at a different pace. I can't tell you I'll learn this here in a week anymore. I can tell you you'd learn it in a month or 6 months, right? Or a year. Everybody learns differently. Best thing I can suggest to you is you come in with an empty cup, listen to the sound of Coach's voice, learn what he's teaching you, right? And apply them. Don't be trying to do things on your own. I tried doing things on my own thinking I'm smarter than everybody else and get your face ripped off. That's how you destroy your contract, destroy your trading account. So everybody learns differently. And that's one of the good things here about AmericanDreamTrading.com, as we provide as many ways for you to learn. We have, you know, if you learn by listening to others, such as listening to the sound of Coach's voice, we provide that. If you learn by watching, say, videos, if that appeals, being able to see something visually and hear and be able to stop and rewind and take notes as it goes, we provide that. If you just like plain reading stuff, like reading a book, you know, we do have training documents. I mean, it's not as extensive as what our video library is. So we try to provide all different avenues of learning so that you can learn. And then most importantly, we provide you with an open mic as a paid member that you can actually speak to a live person in a live situation and ask your questions and discuss your trades. And hey, this didn't work out right. Can you tell me what I did wrong? And we'll actually cover your individual trades and we'll walk you through it. Well, here's what happened here, maybe there, or, you know, what did you do here? So, how many contacts do I trade now? I've upped my game considerably here in the last couple months, month or two, I don't know. I started trading 1 micro at a time. Then once my account got built up enough, I started with $700, and once my account got up, I started trading 2 micros, and then 3, and then I went to 5, and I traded 5 micro contracts, the smallest unit that you could trade, and I did that for weeks on end, built up my account substantially to where I could afford to trade the big boy ones, or the E-minis is what they're called, versus micros. And I started out trading one of them, built my account up more and more. And once I had enough to do at least 2, I still continued to trade 1, built a little bit of a buffer. Then I moved up to 2, then I moved up to 3, and then I skipped 4. I don't know why I keep skipping 4. I never do 4 of anything. I do 1, 2, 3, 5. I don't know, I must have something about that 4 number. I don't know. And then I started trading 5. And, of course, once you get doing that, your account really starts growing if you're successful. It also takes away your money quicker if you're not successful. And then I moved up to, upped it a little bit. I think I went to like 7 or 8 from 5. Did that for a while. Then I jumped to 10, did that for a while. And recently I'm like, you know what? This is just clicking a button. I think I kind of know what I'm doing, right? I'm more comfortable in what I'm doing. Then I started trading 20s. I did 15s first. That made me a little uncomfortable at first. It made me a little queasy, the amount of money you see going up and down when it's going against you, right? It's a considerable sum of money. And if you can't stomach that, number one, don't look at your P&L. Then I went to trading 20 contracts, believe it or not. I left more money in my account. I usually pull money out every Thursday, make the thing out, and it's usually my account on Friday. So I left money in there on purpose for a little while, started trading 20 contracts. That's a lot of money, right? One contract of ES, which you see on my screens, was 963, but CME's raised their margin requirements like 14 to say $1,500. So, it's $15,000 for 10, it's 30,000 for 20 on up, right? Simple math. So I was trading 20, and then now the last, I don't know, couple weeks, I've actually been trading 30. Today I was trading 30 practically all day. Not every one. A couple times when things were getting tight, I reduced down to 10s. But I've upped my game. My account size has gotten up there, and I was trading 30 contracts. So my account has grown. So you can do the math. If it's $1,500 a contract times 30 contracts, you can do the math and see how much I have to have in my account to be able to do that, right? So it takes time, but it doesn't matter. You start out trading 1 micro, and that's how you build your account, okay? You start simple, making $5 here, $8 there, $10 there, 20 here. Maybe once in a while you might get a $30 or $40 runner, but most of them are, 10, 20 bucks. If you make 20 bucks on a micro, that's big money. Bank it, move on, re-enter whenever you can, right? So, since the show started today, the market has been garbage. I very vehemently disagree with you there, Trader B. There was a lot of money to be made here. What time did the show start? 2 o'clock? Where's 2 o'clock on my chart? Right here. Right there. There's where the market started. You don't think I couldn't have made money there? Trading that in a channel, up and down? I wasn't, because I'm talking live. I made all the money coming up here. You don't think I couldn't make money trading that channel? I can make money when the market goes up by going along. I can make money when it goes down by going short. I can make money when it goes back up. Do you not see a channel here? Well, let me help you. To the unaided eye, I would understand why you wouldn't see that, right? So I can see clearly now that I won't sing anymore. I don't want to get a YouTube hit. Wrong button. That was definitely the wrong button. Let's get back. Let's tell you what happens when you let a boomer loose in there. Where was I? All right, so there's a channel there, and they got that line there, right? I could have traded this channel nonstop, right? Went up here, played it to the downside to pull, played it down, you get in and out. I could literally trade scalp 1 candle at a time. I definitely would have took this trade up here at the top, play it right down to the 9 EMA indicator, right? I would have actually expected it to bounce back up. In this case, it wouldn't have. And here it broke through, went down to this line right here. See, what did it do after it hit that? So I could have played that from there to there, my other channel, up and down, right? Same thing, rinse and repeat. Every one of those candles I can literally scalp for seconds and make money, right? Is it easy? No, I'm not saying it's easy. Is that the way I want to trade? No, not. I'd rather do the EWO, get in at a good entry and ride it all the way up till I decide to get out, right? That's much easier. This, you got to earn your money. When you do channel trading, you're earning your money, right? Because you're making quick decisions, right? And as you can see, now I got over here. Now it's not even really channeling, right? It's just kind of flat. So, and besides, just because you see this right here doesn't mean something else isn't moving, right? Could I got an oil at 2 o'clock? What's happening with oil at 2 o'clock? All right, let's go. Where's 2 o'clock? So what the point? I'm not trying to be a smart aleck with you, Trader B. I know who you are, so I know who he is. But there's always somewhere to make money. It may not be in the one you're looking at presently. Right here, oil's been going down ever since 2 o'clock, right? Straight down, right? What was the euro doing since 2 o'clock, right? So my point is, there's always somewhere that you can make money. It may not be the thing you're presently looking at. So instead of trying to squeeze pennies out of something, go find something that is moving, right? That's why I'm not looking at the euro. It's why I'm not looking at oil. It's why I'm not looking at metals such as gold, because I already know this time of the day, after 2 o'clock, there's low volume, so it's not going to have that big of a price action. It's not that it can't. Statistically, the volume drops off. So I'm going to go where the volume's at. Even though the volume is reduced, more of the volume is in the indices. So you learn those things over time. Where do I need to go look, right? Now, is these fun trades? No, they are. You are right. They're a crap trade, but it's not. And if I decided I want to make money and I want to stick it right here, I'll scalp the piss out of these things, right? For seconds, right? Yes, you are. That's why I forgot Trader B. You're only number 3 out of 10. I'm sorry. Trader B is one of our members. I know who he is. So he's just jerking my chain a little bit. But yes, but that would be to the uneducated eye. That's what everybody else would see. Oh, I trade that. I mean, we even say that as paid members. I trade that crap. That's all chop. Well, why? What if that's all you got to trade? Well, you got 2 choices: shut her down for the day, go away, which is probably the best option, that you won't lose any money when you walk away. Or if you really wanted to, you could channel trade or scalp individual camels and lock in some profits. Now, you got to be good at doing that. If not, you're going to wreck your account. And I don't expect that. Yes, do I use a stop loss? You use a stop loss on every single trade that you do. That is one of coaches' rules, was it not? Never trade without a stop. Yes, I trade with a stop loss. All right. You'll see me do it occasionally without one, especially if I'm trading individual candles. I don't worry about it as much because I know I'm only going to be in it for seconds, but it's still pre-programmed into my trades, right? So when I go over here, right, I can have it pre-programmed. I just didn't load it in here, right? So I just click that, and now it's automatically, every time I trade, it automatically appears. There's my 25 tick, right? Because you never know, it could pull back in seconds. So yeah, the metal market doesn't actually close. This is the volume really drops off. I mean, it's closed between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern time. So yes, the new trader has no business scalping. Unless you're a master scalper, you should never scalp. That is an art to learn, and I spent better part of a year into pre-market learning how to do that, right? By those who know how to do that, right? So anyway, but as you can see, there's still some movement in the candles here, but yeah, it dies out. Same way with energy. I don't even look at it. So I'm going to be where the money's at. Last half hour of the day, this thing could go clear up here or can drop all the way back down, right? Seen a lot of volatility. Yeah, 25 tick is my standard stop loss. Now, am I going to use a 25 tick loss on trading currencies? No, that's huge. How much money? It's $6 a tick or whatever. You know, that's huge, right? I don't want to give up that money. It doesn't move that much at one time. There's no reason to have an average. Same way with oil. Now, oil can get choppy, but you can see here, there's not a, right now it's kind of back to its old trading style where it's just normal candles, right? Yeah, you're going to get some of them. Now, last couple of weeks have been chaotic in the markets, right? All the tariff talk and all that stuff. So So I don't deal with none of that. I stick with the indices this time of the day if I'm going to want to make money. Number one, I don't trade my real account this time of the day. I have in the past, but I don't. And now that I'm doing this live every day from 2 to 4, I definitely do not trade my real account because I'm using paper trading to show you guys this stuff. So I'm not. New trader, what strategy you recommend? Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy each and every time. For those, let me wet my whistle. For those of you over on our YouTube live chat, Doug's in the house again. He's put direct links to all of our promotional codes to our website. The very last one is the link for that $1,000 cash drawing. Again, you don't even have to be a member of American Dream Trading. And you can enter in that drawing. Even if this is your first time visiting today, you can enter in that drawing. If you never come back again, you're still entered into that drawing. You could win by showing up here one time today and never coming back, and you still can win that $1,000. Why? It's because we don't do the drawing ourselves. They Gleam software that's built into that, which is the same other websites use. Draws a name at random. We just tell it the sweepstakes is over. Pick somebody, and it'll do whatever it does and pick the name. So that's why even our American Dream Trade paid members are eligible to participate in. Oh, look, there's Miranda. Man, we got all kinds of people coming in here. Thanks for being here, Drake, again. What else? 2-minute EWO strategy for the win all the way. Shout out from Ohio. Hey, that's where I'm from. That's where I'm at. I'm in my basement. Right. So if you head on over there to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, get it on here on this live feed. You can click on them links. Click on that link to enter that $1,000 drawing. If not, you can go to our website, AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go down, join our free Discord, and you'll find a link in there that you can click to. That way, also absolutely free. Yeah, Alex. I mean, I scalped stock options all the time. Again, you're limited by your cash account, how much you have on hand, what you can trade. I'm done trading out stock options. I've said it publicly inside our group that I'll never trade stock options again. I just love futures so much. I don't have to deal with the Greeks and everything that's built into those contracts. You have none of those Greeks in a futures contract. It's straight up, straight down, right? Right. Chris MS, what does, over there on our YouTube Live, what does EW stand for? Elliott Wave Oscillator. We talked about that earlier. It was created by a person whose real name is Elliott. So Mr. Elliott created this wave, this wave theory, saying that stocks and investment vehicles tend to trade in waves, up and down, right? And since then, there's been, he developed the original strategy, this theory, which is a mathematical formula, right, based on the price of the investment vehicle. And then since then, there's been countless other trading strategies based on his original Elliott Wave Oscillator. And Coach has done the same thing. 33 years of experience. He's developed his own using what's called the 2-minute EWO trading strategy. Mr. Elliott created the strategy, and you can Google it and read all about it. It'll hurt your brain trying to understand how it was developed, the math involved, but there's hundreds of indicators and strategies it's been based on off of using his oscillator principle. And Coach developed his off of that, the 2-minute EWO strategy. We just call it EWO for short. Timo's over there. There's one of our paid members over there on our YouTube Live. He did well today also. So get over there on our YouTube and get that. Yes, Drake, you are correct. That's what the histogram shows on there. Correct. That's what it's based off of. But if you really want to deep dive into what the Elliott Wave Oscillator does, Google it. It's pretty interesting. I started reading it until I got to the math part. And I kind of just laid off. But I was surprised actually to see how many countless trading strategies have been built upon one person's overall strategy. So it's pretty interesting. And again, Coach is no exception. He developed his own. Do I wait for the last few seconds of the candle to enter a trade? On an EWO, got to wait for that next bar to get larger than the first. So that's when you can enter. You don't have to wait for the completion of the entire bar. When I do the break and hold above or below the 9 EMA, do I wait for that second bar to form, the confirmation candle full all the way? Well, number one, you don't know what all the way is until it stops and the third one forms. So as long as that confirmation candle, the break and hold, the hold candle, has some strong energy to it by looking at it visually, I will enter it as long as it's showing me strength. So, all right. So, other than that, hopefully you guys have got your questions answered. But you should go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and check out all the different membership packages. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and play you a little 5-minute infomercial that tells you a little bit more about AmericanDreamTrading.com. Again, those of you on TikTok will not be able to hear it because I'm not playing the audio through my speakers, so you'll just have to watch the subtitles. Or do like I've been recommending, just go ahead and go over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So here we go.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid memberships. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup, where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center, so any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first. Plus, all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day 30-day challenge, the debt-free challenge where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the trading view indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get. You can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to AmericanDreamTrading.com.
And there you go. There is a little bit about AmericanDreamTrading.com. Hey, I'm glad y'all could be here today. I'm going to shut this show down early because I just got a National Weather Service advisory. We are about to get hammered by some very severe weather, possible tornadic weather. So I'm going to shut this show down now and take care of some things I need to take care of before this storm hits real quick here. Appreciate y'all being here. We are live here 3 times every single day, Monday through Friday. Coach is live from 9 to 11 Eastern time every day. I'm live with the Futures Education and Training Program from 2 to 4 p.m. And we have the aftermarket show starting at 5 p.m. Eastern time over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Make sure you stop over there today and tell Dawn I said hi. Tell her you came from the future. You heard all about her. Heard a bunch of good things. Her show's a little different. You can join with a live open mic if you like. If not, you can also type in like you do here. But anyway, we're here every day. I'm glad you can be able to join us for this free live social outreach that we have. Again, always go to AmericanDreamTrading.com for further membership info. Grab that free Discord. For those of you who weren't able to go over the YouTube live feed and get that $1,000 free drawing for $1,000 cash, don't even have to be a member. You can get it absolutely free just by watching. Head on over there. You'll have to go upon conclusion of this broadcast. You'll need to come over and grab our free Discord. That information is in there along with any other membership information. So check that all out. Take advantage of it before those promos are gone for good. And that includes even our paid members, those diamond memberships that are still available. You better snag them up real quick. Everybody needs to get over there and check that out. So we are live here every day, Monday through Friday. Glad you could be here. Make sure anybody you come in contact with the rest of the day that you would leave positive, lasting memories. And I'm going to shut this down now because I have probably about 15 minutes from now, severe weather is going to hammer us pretty good. So it's just wind. Goes around circles very fast. But anyway, thank you all for being here. See you same time, same bat channel tomorrow. Good night.